The song that we're going to do is Go Tell It on the Mountain. Let's go through the ASL vocabulary first. Go, both pointer fingers, the dominant being the right, behind, showing them where they're going to go. Go. Tell, the sound comes out of your throat and straight out. Tell, it's taking it out. Tell. On, dominant hand, open hand, on top of the non-dominant hand, palm down, on. Mountain and hills, the same sign with just a little variation. Your S hands, dominant on top, forms a rock. Now, a mountain is going to go almost straight up, where a hill is going to go gradually up. Over, your dominant hand, pinky, going across the back of the non-dominant hand. Over. Everywhere, your thumb to thumb, dominant stroking the non-dominant thumb, every, and then where, going back and forth with your pointer finger. Where? Jesus, thinking of the nail prints in the hands of Jesus, center fingers touching the center of the hands. Jesus. Christ, you think of the ribbon that Miss America is wearing with the C going down, non-dominant to dominant side. Born, your non-dominant palm down and the dominant palm down slides out like the birth of a baby, born. Shepherds, you think of shearing the sheep like you're cutting the wool off the sheep. Shepherds, putting the person ending on the end of it. Watching, think of the sight that comes from your eyes, using both hands coming down as your sight would come down to watch something. While, one hand, pointer finger, the non-dominant pointer finger going side by side. While one goes out, the other one is going out. While. Seated, and I always talk about Charlie when we talk about those kind of verbs. You take and you set Charlie down on the non-dominant two fingers. Seated. Ground, get a hold of it and you're going to just feel the ground. Ground. Light, now this light means the brightness that comes out. Light. From. X hands, dominant coming from the non-dominant hand. From. Heaven. You're going to take your hands, roll them upwards and flattening them out above your head. Heaven. Descended, and you're going to use the light descended, so you're going to go with your light and then streaming downward. Now, it's a little different than another downward, meaning to go down. This is, you're going to start with the light and then show the light streaming downward. Glory, center finger in the middle of the non-dominant hand, and it shimmers as it goes upward. Glory. Shown or sign, both the same. And do you see this? So you're pointing to something that you want people to see. It's going to be shown or the sign. Around, pinch your non-dominant hand and take your finger around it. You're designating the area around that. Cover your non-dominant hand down. Your dominant hand covers your non-dominant hand. Covers. Earth, your center finger and your thumb is going to rock on the back of the S hand in your non-dominant hand. And you're just going to basically lay your Y hand out toward that. Men, thumb on your forehead, coming down to your chest, and it's kind of like a brush. Men. Hour, from your dominant side, open hand, coming around to your non-dominant side. Now, because it's possession, it's open hand. Hour. Savior, the word for save, bind your hands together in the S formation. Breaking free is the word save, and then add a person ending. Wise, it's just it's like you're poking knowledge inside your head. Wise. Now, came is the opposite of go, so you're going to bring it in toward yourself. Both point your fingers, bringing it in. Came. Worship, and you're going to fold your hands and like you're praying, but with folded hands this time. Worship. Holy, take your non-dominant hand and it's palm up here. The H hand goes across the non-dominant palm. It's the sign for clean, but initialized with the H. Holy. And then child, because this child is an infant. It's like you're taking a baby and rocking them. So you take it and rock it like a baby. Day, your non-dominant hand forms a horizon in the elbow, and then take and point to where the sun would go across the sky. Day. They, and you're talking about the wise men, so you're going to just be pointing out. They found. It's down on the ground and you pick it up. I found it. Found. Him, and you're going to be pointing up to Jesus because that's who you're talking about. You're pointing to him. Him. Manger, you're going to cross your fingers to form that the manger that the animals would eat out of. It forms that where you'd put the hay in it. Manger. A sleeping or asleep, pull your eyes shut. Open hand, pull it shut. A sleeping. Hay, you're going to, it's like you're looking through the hay. Hay. Cover, we talked about that. All, scrape up everything and lay it in the palm of your non-dominant hand. All. And about and around, same thing. I'm going to turn a little bit so that you'll see the signs a little clearer here. Are you ready? Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. The shepherds all were watching while seated on the ground. A light from heaven descended and glory shone around. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. This light shone in the heavens to cover all the earth. It was a sign to tell men about our Savior's birth. Go tell it on the mountain, over the the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. The wise men came to worship the holy child that day. They found him in a manger, sleeping on the hay. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.